Thank you, everyone, for joining in for today's morning radio. I hope it's been an interesting couple of days, and that your conference today will continue as normal. Um, I'm pretty sure there were also some very fun gaming nights up to now, and I'm pretty sure there will continue to be tonight as well with games. Our gaming club has ready for you. Um, that's it for our introduction, and we will follow up with some interesting news and facts from yesterday's part of the conference, and I'll give it right to Nancy.
Thank you. Well, a recap of day 2 is underway before we continue anything else. There were 3 unmoderated caucuses and 4 moderated caucuses taking place yesterday. The first unmoderated caucus was utilized to make the draft resolution, followed by which we had the introduction of the DR and the question answer session on it. We had the formal voting for the DR, after which it successfully passed, and with that we had a closure of the debate on topic 1. Pretty exciting. The debate then formally started on topic 2, in which we discussed the following issues: importance of developing countries to have economies dealing with organized crime and illegal narcotics trade, causes and particular reasons of illegal supply of drugs, and ways to reduce dependency of citizens on drugs. The committee is going strong, and the delegates are all participating in every way they can. Pretty successful conference so far. Pretty cool. Okay. Where do we begin, Costa? We have a lot to talk about today.
Yes,
There's a lot happening.
And before anything else, we had a couple of people to interview today. One of them being Alisa, who is here. The other 2 girls most probably didn't make it. Alisa, does your mic work normally? Can we hear you?
I think you should be able to hear me. My connection's a bit bad, but I think you should be able to hear me.
Yes, we can hear you normally. How are you, Alisa? How are you doing? How have the past 2 days been for you?
Well, it's been great. It's my first time doing Model UN, so it's been a really interesting experience. They're still going to use everything.
Cool. I was going to ask you, is this your first MUN, and how did you get involved? Are you interested in politics in general?
Well, I'm an international relations major at DCMUN21, so I'm very interested in general in politics. So it seems like something that would be a good fit, and it is so far.
I mean, from what I can see, you also are a psychology minor, and also in crime, law, and justice.
Yeah,
so that definitely kind of relates. Me and Nancy had some interesting questions ready for you and your colleagues. Sadly, we're gonna barraging you only with the questions, but I'm pretty sure you will be able to take them. I hope that you answer truthfully and honestly to all questions.
Absolutely.
And I'm gonna pass.
More like an interrogation than an interview.
It's definitely gonna be a very interesting interrogation. Nancy, I'm gonna give it to you. You have the go ahead.
I have a bit more of like MUN related questions so that we ease you into it before we just, bombard you with the questions that Kostas came up with. But we sort of split it up in a way where I sort of come up with a few things that are MUN related, since I have been in a couple MUN conferences myself years ago. Well, since it is your first conference, right? What did you learn about your country through the conference that you didn't know before? Because I had a lot of those moments when I was in conferences.
Yeah, well, the country I was assigned is Argentina, which not a huge country, but I've been researching a lot. I focus more on Europe and sometimes the Middle East and Asia, but that's mostly what I focus on. So I learned pretty much everything I know about Argentina through the conference. All I knew was that they speak Spanish, and that it was in Latin America. That was pretty much it. So everything that I know about Argentina, I learned definitely through the conference.
Awesome.
Okay. Let's, from my side, I'm going to start it with something less intense, easier things. So MUN is a lot about communication, right? Communication between the different countries. I'm going to ask you to be creative here and give me what you think would be the best new way for people to communicate if they couldn't speak.
If they couldn't speak. Well, I enjoyed our gaming night the other night where we played Gartic Phone. And then definitely if we couldn't speak, probably through gestures and images and things like that, if that makes any sense.
Okay. And do you think that countries could analyze political issues and solve tension between relationships with gestures and images?
Ooh, it would be definitely difficult. Would be easier to probably write words, but I'm assuming that goes along with speaking. So it definitely would be a challenge for countries to solve their issues through gestures and images, but I think it could be done with the right skills.
Okay. Nansy?
Okay. Well, in an MUN conference, there are delegates and there are also ambassadors of countries. Did you originally want to be the delegate or the ambassador of Argentina? And if you were to be an ambassador in the next MUN, how do you think the two positions differ? Because it took me a while to learn it. So I'm just putting it out there.
For sure. Well, as far as I know for our conference, I don't know if we had any ambassadors, but I did really want to be a delegate because I wanted to get that experience. I have an interest in the future joining some EYP sessions, which I don't know if they have ambassadors as well. So I definitely want to be a delegate there as well. And definitely wanted to be a delegate to get some more basic experience and to kind of understand what's going on. Because the first 10 minutes of our session, I was completely lost. So definitely needed the experience.
Yeah. Oh boy. It's at first it's definitely you're like a fish out of water. And it kind of feels like people know everything and you know nothing.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
Exactly. But I think after the first hour, I started to understand most of what was going on. Like for the beginning, it felt like people were speaking Chinese. But I definitely got the hang of it pretty quickly, I hope.
Also, go ahead.
Okay. This is a very, very serious question, and I want you to think about it very well and think about what you're gonna answer, because I think you're gonna be judged a lot about your answer to this question. Someone gives you an elephant. You can't sell it or give it away. What do you do with the elephant?
Is it like a baby elephant or a full-grown adult elephant?
I'm gonna let you choose on that one.
Okay. If it's a baby elephant, I love elephants, so I would definitely try to find somewhere to keep it as a pet and grow it from a baby into a full adult domesticated elephant. If that inevitably leads to me being trampled by the elephant in the future, I think it would be worth it.
And definitely you could have a whole new way of transportation, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly.
Nansy?
I'm gonna get a bit gossipy, just a tiny bit. I know that gossip is gonna come up later, but which delegate has been the most outspoken in MUN that you've met so far? So which delegate interrupts people potentially?
I feel like quite a few of our delegates are very outspoken. Yesterday, unfortunately, I did miss the debate, which I heard was a little more intense. But from what I was hearing the first day, I think that, not in a bad way at all, the delegate of Switzerland and the delegate of the UK are very hands-on and do a lot of work and really contribute a lot.
We have Switzerland on the line. Switzerland, do you have any comments on the matter?
And UK.
No, actually, I just enjoy the conference, and to tell you honestly, this is my first time being allotted to ECOSOC. In my Munich experience, I'm always allotted to UNHRC or UNSC, so that's why it's really quite confusing. But I'm really happy because I was able to work with these people who are really diplomatic, professional, and effective.
Excellent.
Yeah, perfect. Lisa, now that we're getting a little bit more gossipy, if you were able to get rid of a specific delegate, assassinate them in some way, and take them out of the game, who would it be? Alisa? Did we lose Alisa? Oh no.
Why?
I think someone must have gotten her before she got them.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, the drama.
Okay. If we don't manage to get Alisa back, so that we don't delay things, I think we can slowly move on to the one thing that most people here should be expecting. And it's the opening of the gossip box. Ain't it, guys?
Tea will be spilled.
Yes, I think we actually lost Alisa. I think she lost her connection because she just disconnected from Discord as well. So
sorry guys, I completely lost audio. Oh no.
Okay.
Alyssa, it's been
fine.
Really fun. Come back.
Oh wait, did she just rejoin? Yes.
Yeah, she did.
Alisa, are you here? Can you hear us?
Are we audible to you? No.
No, it doesn't seem so. Anyway, okay, let's continue. And before anything else, before we move, yes.
Before, if you have any other questions for delegates, Switzerland, Egypt, and me, the UK are also here. So if you want to ask us anything, so that we use our time.
I think we will continue that right after the gossip box, so that we can kind of wrap things up with you guys. So,
I mean, I prefer the gossip box, but
so we'll move on with the gossip box and then add some more questions for you guys. So we have divided the submissions in a kind of interesting way. We're gonna let you choose which topic of submissions was most interesting for you by the end. Now let's go into the ones that we couldn't exactly fit into one specific category. One of them is a story time that's kind of interesting, and I'm gonna just simply narrate it to you. It literally just starts with story time. I had a crush on a guy who I met on my first MUN conference. Next year, he was in the same annual conference, but we were in separate committees and did not speak much. And the next year, we actually passed in the same university, and he had a crush on me. So yeah, you never know. I mean, I think that was literally meant to be. Like, you hear about things like this, and you're like,
it was fate.
It was fate. MUN makes and breaks relationships, I'm pretty sure. Especially between countries. But I mean, you'll see there's so much shipping between people that something like this sounds very natural for an MUN conference.
Actually, me and Achilles, the delegate of Colombia, met through MUN at Diri.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Very,
I
very
had no
interesting.
idea.
Yeah, we met in October in the MUN meeting.
Oh, wait, which MUN was this? Was this Dury or
Oh,
was this Pierce?
No, just a meeting.
Oh, okay.
Now, we have 3 submissions that are simply wholesome and honest, and it starts with Thomas from Gaming is cute. Now, seems like one of you is into Thomas, from what I've realized. I don't know Thomas, but I will take your word that he's a pretty cute guy. Now, something else
This is,
that
by
is
the way, sorry, Costa.
yes.
I did not mean to interrupt you. I think stuff like this is things you should also tell the person that you're into.
Yes.
Like when somebody reads out the gossip box submission, they're like, "Oh, Thomas from Gaming is pretty cute." That was me. I think you're cute. You want to like hang out later? Maybe we could talk about our delegations and share a nice resolution or two.
Now, next wholesome submission. Nikki, the organizer, seems like such a sweet person. Nikki, I hope you enjoyed the free compliment of the day. Since I see you're here listening to us. And Germany, best delegate.
Hey,
Oh my god, they just joined.
What-
The timing. Germany
the
just
timing is
joined the chat.
impeccable. The timing is impeccable. Impeccable.
Hello?
Germany, this was a submission for you. Germany best delegate. And you just joined, so that was perfection.
Well, certainly surprised, I guess.
Now, we do have the most controversial category of all, and it's the one I've named the United Kingdom / Colombian shipping incident of 2021. And I will say that we have at least 10 submissions about the UK and Colombia, and I will invite the delegates of UK and Colombia to speak with us now. Sadly, we only have the UK. The delegate of Colombia is out traveling. So, Colombia, let's have you live with your microphone open so we can hear your reactions to those comments.
Those eyebrows.
First of all, shipping Colombia and UK so much. The delegation of United Kingdom and Colombia are straight up hotties.
Aww.
Colombia is smiling. UK is also smiling. Coincidence.
That one's my favorite.
Petition for the UK and Colombia to create their monarchy.
Oh my god.
Is the delegation of the United Kingdom dates the delegation of Colombia? Hashtag grammar. The hashtag grammar was my addition.
Oh.
So, also, now we go into the controversy of this relationship. Argentina and Colombia are sticking together like what? Do we have a third person into this couple?
I think
Paradise?
I think here they meant like diplomatically because we were together.
I know they meant diplomatically, but I'm gonna take it a different way because I'm the news.
Yeah. You guys.
Because things out of context make the perfect news, don't they?
They do indeed.
Argentina is out there ruining the perfect couple.
Oh no.
Shame on you, Argentina. And finally, the one that made us question if Colombia is actually Achilles. Why does Colombia brush his hair so often? And
Listen,
that's
we're
All the
going over the gossip box submissions with Kostas. And he reads this out and then he goes, I wonder who Colombia is. And I said, okay, what? It's Achilles. What do you want to bet that it's Achilles? He goes, no, that's too obvious. Oh, it's Achilles.
and then we're
It's
like,
100%.
what if Christina is UK? But it was literally just
Yeah.
questioning it at first. And we're like,
We were
what
Just
if?
saying it as a joke.
But well, seems like it happened. Now,
Oh, well.
talking about controversy. This next category is the countries at the brink of war? Question mark, question mark. And I'm gonna have Switzerland have their microphone open for us. Because
yeah, sure.
Switzerland,
Oh,
even if you have been trying to keep peace with everyone from the beginning of time, I think you are in quite a peculiar situation right now, aren't you? The UK.
Some
Okay, so, quoted, fellow delegates and fellow Switzerland, by the delegate of the UK. Also,
That also has context, but I guess you don't want to.
this is the news. We don't care about context.
context?
Okay.
Who is she? We make her ourselves.
Queasy. Also, ECOSOC supremacy is what I see as well. They literally just typed that. We have fellow delegates and fellow Switzerland, the delegate of the UK, and ECOSOC supremacy. These are two things that don't look so bright on you, do they, Switzerland? Also, we have a request, supposedly from the rest of the delegates towards the Indonesian delegation. Dear Indonesian delegation, we propose to not speak on top of us. I think this is quite an issue in general in NBNs, like Nansy told me. People speaking on top of others. Shame on you,
Yeah.
Indonesian delegation. You don't let your fellow delegates speak, and you try to only have your words listened to.
There's a reason we have free speech. It's because we want to use it.
And
You know.
now, this is my favorite title, and I think my favorite submissions. This is the category I called the I don't have a diary, so I will write my thoughts down in the gossip box submissions category. And we have stuff like the following. First, and I think the most important one, note to self, don't forget to breathe. Yes, I think breathing is quite essential. If you don't breathe, you will die. And we definitely don't want any more corpses in MUN conferences. No one will ever know who I am. Please excuse me while I have an existential crisis. Anonymous. Dear person having an existential crisis, we can help you. Please speak to your fellow delegates. Ask for room to breathe. You are gonna be fine. This is one of my favorites because it also has a date, time, and minutes specified. I am already drained. Thursday, 14:37 p.m. I love MUN, but it's just so tiring. Ugh. Do any of you feel that way? 2 hours into the conference. People, you can open up your microphones and just speak.
Yeah, actually, it's quite a surprise. It can feel time kind of warps for some reason, and then you feel like few time has passed or more time has passed, but then you feel tired.
So instead of time just moving faster because you're doing something you enjoy, time moves slower. That doesn't seem like a very good thing to me, but I mean, gaming nights and gossip is something that can keep you moving forward through those hard times.
No, I meant like time or warps. Sometimes it can seem faster or slower, but
Okay.
so far it's been quite fast.
And now, the last submission in this category. I hereby predict that the best delegate is going to be certainly not me. Well, I hope that the person that said the best delegate is definitely going to be certainly not me, not the same delegate that another delegate suggested as the best delegate, Germany, that he just spoke. And now we have a couple of things that will need some context, so I will need you guys to chime in while I mention some things to give us some context about what happened to the things we're mentioning. Now, we're starting with the moment we had the discourse during the first unmoderating caucus for the second topic was the best. Anyone context on what exactly happened?
I can give
Proper discussion, I guess.
Germany, you talk.
Christina?
No, you can give.
That was just my one comment. Like a proper discussion with opposing views. That's something. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was not bad, but it was intense because we wanted the same thing, but we couldn't. So we made 2 draft resolutions after all, and I think China proposed one, and I proposed one, and the issue was that we couldn't agree with many things of China's, and there was just a lot of pressure to support the other resolution in the ANMOD, which is a thing that always happens in MUN. I mean, I was surprised that it didn't happen on the first topic as well. Yeah, and just like Germany pointed out when we were discussing it's so normal for MUN. It's not anything, but it was fun because like we were all having fun with it. I mean, we were laughing while debating which resolution we're going to use. So it was fun, and we had at least one intense conversation. I would like to have even more if possible. Switzerland definitely loved this intensity. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah.
Switzerland, you are under fire today. My God. People are coming.
Yeah, I mean,
big.
we were trying to calm down and just have everything organized, and China was saying, let's chill out, and everyone was like, no, let's fight, or yeah.
I can see that because the second submission and the final submission for today is basically the exact same thing. The intense debate during the unmoderated caucus for the second topic was so on fire. Delegate of China and Indonesia versus Switzerland, Germany, Colombia, UK, and Egypt.
Yeah, exactly.
So from what I can see, people really enjoyed that part. Other than that, since we do have you here, Christina, and Switzerland, and who else did we say could answer some questions that Nansy has left?
Germany, Egypt.
Okay, perfect. So I will let Nansy take the lead and ask the people she might find more appropriate some questions. I'm pretty sure some of the questions can be answered for most of you.
Buddy. Yeah. I'm not going to get too specific because first of all, I don't trust myself. It's been years since I've gone to an MUN. I'm not going to pretend like I'm some kind of expert because I'm not. But I definitely want to get, as whoever wants to speak, whoever wants to give their peace of mind, I want to get a feel of your experiences. Would you go to an MUN again after this if you haven't been in an MUN before? For all the newbies out there. Anybody, feel free to speak up.
I mean, I would definitely continue joining. So far, I've had quite fun, challenging, and intense experiences in my previous encounters in Model United Nations. I guess I'll just continue, see where it goes.
Cool.
But I will certainly say I'm probably going to rest a couple of weeks after this. Yeah.
Makes sense. Is anybody here doing MUN that is not actively involved in politics or does not have a major that's related to politics in one way or another? Oh, what's your major?
I'm actually still in senior high school, but I would be looking forward to go for computer science.
Oh, cool. Okay. Well, we've had our gossip box submissions, but I still kind of want to know, are there any delegates that you have met who have been disruptive, or alternatively have taken on the role of delegate very, very, very seriously, to the point where it's almost in a joking manner how serious they're taking things? I feel like we always had a few of those, no matter where I went.
Well,
Not in
that's one
this-
of the enjoyable things about
Yeah, I mean, not as much in this conference. It was pretty chill now. We were all like kind of calm. But in other conferences, for example, I've been to Thyman, which had 150 in one committee, 150 people. And there were people, because it was very hard to get your resolution signed. And there were people going around like literal diplomats, like begging for signs. And they were like, so I see you have signed this resolution, but you also want to sign this resolution. And it's just a conference. And they were, if you saw them, they looked like actual diplomats trying to get signatories, but like very, very passionate. I don't have a problem with passion. Of course, I'm passionate myself, but it was the amount of seriousness. Like I kind of laugh it off sometimes. And if somebody like doesn't want to sign or anything, I don't have a problem. They would like give you the evil eye if you didn't. They were like, oh, okay. Yeah.
I honestly think like taking upon my first conference experience, while there were certainly its casual parts, especially in the unmoderated caucus, for the most part was taken quite seriously. So I always thought that's how it usually goes. Like you walk up to others and you negotiate, you literally actually negotiate with your papers on hand.
That's part of what's so fun about MUN. It's definitely part of taking who you are and who you're representing seriously. The most controversial countries are usually the ones that are the most fun to listen to. Is it just me?
DPRK, which we didn't have here, but it's always super fun to listen to.
Oh,
definitely, will agree.
My God. Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Maybe also Russian Federation, USA sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I think these are the top threes. But DPRK is always, dictatorship, just super, Achilles would make a great DPRK.
Oh my God. Okay, hold on. We've got activity in the chat. Put Russia and USA in the same room together. Boom. Instant drama.
Oh my God, yes.
Yes, we have a lot of activity in the chat. I think my comment about we don't want any more corpses kind of blew up in the chat.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
People were freaking out.
Yes. Now, I see that we have a lot of organizers joining in to listen. So I'm going to bring out some organizers out of the blue and try to give them something challenging to answer to. Romina and Clary, do you think you could open your microphones? Or no? Or we could have even Nikki and Clary. Maybe? No?
Yeah, I can open.
There you are. Okay. I want you to... It's kind of a question, but also of a challenge right now between you two. Nikki, I want you to imagine that Clary is blind. Okay?
Oh no.
And I want you to try to describe to her the color red.
Oh God. Oh, that's too early in the morning for me for things like this. But
that's why it's perfect.
Wait.
Your thoughts are raw.
Right, exactly. So clearly you can hear me, right? First of all, because you haven't opened your mic.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, lovely, amazing. So clearly is blind. Oh wait. So if anybody from the audience wants to also give it a go, I don't mind at all. But well, you could say that red is so say I'm gonna make it easier for me. So say Clidiana, you ask me what is red, what is the color red, and I will say it's kind of a how do you even say it? Um I'm trying to think of other colors and say, oh, it's like pink, but then like the other colors
Do you
are
know
from
what
the
I
map.
would say to
They
make?
have her other senses. Try and like feel or touch the color red. I know that sounds weird, but try and think of it in an abstract way.
Like
And mind
communism.
and body.
I mean, that works.
That was so wholesome because somebody spoke over the over communism, the word, and it was just beautiful.
But if I
But
was blind, how would I know what communism?
You know the idea of communism.
I think
Obviously, blind people don't understand communism.
okay, I think maybe I got this. I could say, Clidiana, for example, you've listened to maybe a fireplace cracking, like the noise of a fireplace, which means fire, or you maybe, felt fire in a way, or like you may, I don't know how, but you may have like, have your arm close to a fire or whatever, and you might have felt how warm that is. So you can say that red is a warm color, so it's very similar to how you feel when you're close to a fire. That's the first thing that comes to my head. The thing that's where my mind stops. But if I had to give it a go, that's what I would say, I think.
I think, yeah, that red signifies kind of warmth. That's why we relate it to also love as well. Because it's that
Fair.
warmth that the other person gives you, that warm feeling inside. So maybe that would be another way to describe it if you were to describe it in a more of an emotional way, I guess.
Also have several responses in the chat. Quite a few.
Oh my god, Delicate of Egypt. Oh my god. Okay. Harsh and hot. Forging forward. Feeling your way forward. Muscles tensing. Heart pounding. The end. Spilling forward with a rush of words and feeling thoughts and emotions. It's intense.
Oh. Wow.
The end killed me.
And
my god.
Tina basically said what I said. Maybe related to feelings too, like passion and love.
Yeah.
Truly describing red is NSFW.
I would like a try at describing red.
Yes, you can go. Oh no, do you want red or do you want to go for another color maybe?
I'd describe red.
Okay.
Red being visible light, which is unfortunately invisible to unsee. First, though, I would like to say that I said sorry because I felt that the flow of the discussion was going like passion, feelings, abstract thoughts, warm and fuzzy inside. And then I just came up to the conversation and said it is about 700 nanometers sized, frequency of 4.62 hertz with an energy level of 1.91. And I just thought that might have doused the mood a bit.
No, but I think depending on the person you were talking to, it might help if they were blind and knew what you were talking about. But if they had no idea what you were talking about, I think you would confuse them a bit too much.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
Okay, other than that, I will see if anyone else wants to answer this kind of question. Who would be interested to answer a kind of more weird question as well? Like the elephant question we answered before, the Delegate of Argentina. Okay, I will pick out one person. Actually, Christina, are you there?
Yes.
Okay,
Always.
Christina, you go down in the morning and you feel like you want to have some ice cream, and you open your refrigerator to grab something that you have left over, and you find a live penguin laying in your refrigerator. What do you do?
Wait, sorry, because you lagged. I go to my refrigerator to get something, and
And instead of finding ice cream in your refrigerator, you open it and you find a living penguin laying inside in the cold. What do you do?
I mean they're super cute. So, I have no idea. I mean, if it's living, I probably like take care of it and see what it needs. Of course, not eat it. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I do. I'd be, of course, confused and look for answers and how that ended up there. But yeah, just take care of it.
Okay, pretty wholesome, straightforward answer. Um, I think the time is slowly approaching for you guys to slowly getting prepared to join in at 12 o'clock for the rest of the conference. So I hope I'm not lagging and everyone can hear me normally.
Yes, we can.
Thank you for joining for today. My apologies for the minor inconvenience for my departure from the radio for 1 to 2 minutes due to internet connection. I hope it was an enjoyable one. It definitely was. Looking back at the chat of today's radio, there's some definite gems in there, and they keep on going. So therefore, I'm gonna leave it to Nancy to finish it off. From me, I am done, and thank you for joining us today.
Not much left over for me to say other than thank you, everybody, for participating and joining this conversation here on the morning radio. It has been a blast. I hope you have a wonderful day full of healthy debating ahead of you. And yeah.
Yeah, guys, have a nice debate.
And
have a nice final debate session.
We do hope you also enjoy tonight's gaming session, which, correct me if I'm wrong, Nikki, is it the last event of this MUN conference?
Yep.
Okay, so I hope you have a nice wrap up and see you guys.